Today's Talk About a Tuesday question is, it's December. I'd like to conduct an annual review of my financial goals. What should I analyze about the previous year, and what things should I consider now in order to best plan for the coming year? Great question. And hopefully everyone is doing an annual review or a year-end review of your financial goals from last year. So first you have to look at what goals you set. And did you reach your goals? And if you didn't reach your goals, why did you not reach your goals? And if you did reach your goals, did they meet what you were looking for as an outcome, right? So you might have reached the goal, but it didn't satisfy what you were creating the goal for. And if it didn't, why not? So let's look at the different parts of financial goals. You have to look at, and even if this wasn't your goal, you should look at your previous year's income and your expenses. Did your income meet your expenses? Were you able to live within a budget that you set, or within your means if you didn't set a budget? Did your expenses increase? By how much? Did your income increase or decrease? By how much? So you use that information to determine next year if you have to cut expenses or you have to increase income. You have to then look at, let's go down the list, your emergency fund. Did you have to use your emergency fund? And if so, was it appropriate? Did you have enough money in your emergency fund to deal with whatever emergencies you came across? If it's deficient, you need to add more to the emergency fund. If not, you just maintain that. You should look at your debts if you were carrying debt. Were you able to knock down your debt to the degree that you intended to, right? Did you eliminate it completely? Did you knock it down sufficiently based on what your goals were? If not, why not? Did you accrue more debt? And if so, what was it for? Is it leverage debt that's going to create income from the debt? Is it debt that's going to create education or some other positive benefit that's intangible? But did you increase or did you decrease your debt? And is that debt now manageable? And if it's an increase in debt or an increase in interest rate, what adjustments do you have to make in that regard? So dealing with debt, you can also deal with credit. Did you improve your credit score, reduce your credit score, maintain your credit score? And if so, why? And on either direction. You should also look at your savings and investing. Did you meet your savings and investing goals? Were you consistent? Did you stick to what you said you were going to do? If you said every paycheck or every other paycheck or every month, were you consistent? Did the investments perform the way you anticipated? Did they lose? What changes do you have to make in your investment portfolio based on economic outcomes or different economic changes? Interest rates have changed, so maybe interest income is not as attractive as a larger part of your portfolio for next year. The S&P 500 is doing much better than what it did, so maybe you more heavily weight your index fund. Were you able to acquire other assets that performed, or did they not perform? Then you want to also look at your insurance coverages. Were they appropriate? Is there an increase in your premiums that you have to pay this year, especially healthcare? How are you going to manage that? What adjustments do you have to make in that regard? You should also look at your tax strategy. Were you able to sufficiently minimize your tax obligations? If not, what are you going to do for next year to change that? Do you have to give more donations? Do you have to change the type of income that you get? Did you take advantage of certain tax advantaged accounts at your job? Maybe you want to do a 401k, TDA, IRA. Maybe, I don't know. So you have to look at the overall financial picture of what you did last year. Did it meet the goals? What can be maintained for next year? What has to change for next year? What new goals do you have to set based on different needs that you might have this year? Maybe you had a child. Maybe your child's in a different stage. Maybe you're in a different stage. Maybe you're close to retirement or closer to retirement. So you have to make adjustments, right? So, those are the basic things you have to look for. And those are the things, even if you didn't plan for last year, those are the things you need to look for now so that in January, you're ready to go and you have a plan for the year. And really, you shouldn't probably wait for a whole year. You should think of quarterly reviews, because in the quarter, you might decide you have to make a few adjustments, right? And so a whole year might be a lot of time to wait, because a lot of things can shift in an entire year. So maybe you look at it moving forward as a quarterly review. But I'd really like to hear your thoughts on how you performed last year, how well you believed you achieved your goals, and what you're looking forward to in the year to come. But please like, share, subscribe, keep the questions coming, and I'll see you next Tuesday.